Hello and welcome back to the second last edition of the Short Player Profiles. I am your host, the Fantasy Football Joker, Jack Lusney. Make sure that you are following me on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And of course, make sure that you go sign up to fantasyfootballadviceforum.com using my promo code Joker420 to get yourself 10% off. Today we are rolling right into it with Y is for Young, as in quarterback, Bryce Young, rookie quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. And I gotta tell you, I am starting to rise on Bryce Young, particularly in Superflex leagues as a potential third QB option. Now, I am not want to rely on him as my every week starter, so that means not as my QB1 or QB2 in a super flex, but I do not mind the potential that he offers as a QB3, and obviously in dynasty leagues, I like him going forward. Now, granted, I am not any kind of expert tape watcher or anything, but from what I have watched of Bryce Young's college highlights and tape, the things that I noted were basically that obviously his arm is questionable on a pro level. I think that's one of the knocks that was on him in college and was on him coming into the pros is particularly the arm strength. And so when I was watching a lot of his deep ball passes, when you're watching deep ball passes, you were looking for in stride passes essentially. So you want to see those over the shoulder catch from the wide receiver because it means that you are hitting that wide receiver in stride. What I do not like to see is the wide receiver constantly having to work back to the football. So especially when you see a lot of these deep ball contested catches where the wide receiver is having to turn their body, fight the defender, and make an incredible catch all in the same time. Now, obviously, NFL wide receivers have excellent ability to make contested catches, but these are obviously not your high catch rate targets that are going to get you the easy yardage. And so you can't count on constantly having contested balls just thrown up. Those are also what lead to interceptions because NFL cornerbacks are better and more effective than college cornerbacks. The thing that I really like about Bryce Young, though, and why I'm starting to be high on him is because I feel he's just a good decision maker, and especially when it comes to his ability to step up into the pocket, and he has some athletic ability to run, but he doesn't necessarily use or rely on his athleticism to run. What he does, and what I like, is that he uses angles, he sets up defenders to where there was a perfect example where one of his highlights, he spins around two defenders, but the only reason he's able to do that is because rather than trying to go full speed to the corner, he actually, you can see him slow down just enough to where one defender really is not caught by the spin. He's more just overshooting the angle, and then he's spinning around the second defender, and it really looks like he's doing both of them, and it looks like an awesome highlight. But when you break down what is happening on that play, it's ultimately his knowledge of football and angles and his method of attack that is affecting that play more than his raw athleticism. And the other thing that I liked was I saw when he was against Utah State, he stepped up into the pocket. He's always looking downfield, looking for that pass, but then in that instance, he took off on the run, was able to get to the sideline, take it up 63 yards, brought it back to the middle of the field, but did not take the hit. He was able to get down before contact. Now, the team around him, the Carolina Panthers, I don't expect them to leap into being a top 15 offense or anything. You have to imagine the rookie Jonathan Mingo, who's a DK Metcalf light, is going to take some time to adjust. Adam Thielen is old. He's still useful, but he's old. And then you have Laviska Shenault, Terrace Marshall, Miles Sanders, Chuba Hubbard in the backfield. They might offer some catchability. Miles Sanders is being puffed up by the coaches to get 50 passes. I don't know if I believe that necessarily. And then you have Hayden Hurst at tight end. So do I think that Bryce Young is just going to make a massive leap and be a top 10 quarterback this year? No. But by the end of the season, I do think he will have shown enough and be playing well enough that I would love to have him as a backup option, like I mentioned, as a QB3 in Superflex. Or, of course, I'm high on him in Dynasty for the future going forward. Thank you so much, as always, for joining, and go ahead and sign up for fantasyfootballadviceforum.com using the promo code JOKER420. Catch you all on the flip side.